So welcome back, everybody. Thank you very much for coming back. My name is Phil Marriott. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I've got one of the best guests today, and I'm joining her I'm not sure where her home is, though, but it is LUCY SPRAGGAN.
Hello! How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I was trying to find you on Instagram just now to post. I'm live!
Excellent. I love it. So where are you? Are you in Scotland?
Chester.
Oh, in Chester.
No. I wish Scotland, but it's just too far.
So are you recording in Scotland? Or am I imagining things?
No, I'm recording this record in Scotland in isolation by a big lock.
Excellent.
I think it would be slightly more like in my mind. I'll be in some windswept cabin with no windows, with some sheep to keep me company. But it will probably be very different.
Oh, do you know what? That sounds like a Kate Bush album or something. A hugely inspiring scenario to be, I think.
Become a shepherd.
Floats my boat, anyway. So perhaps the most important question during these crazy times is, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very much into like fitness and trying to sort of, at the moment I'm on a bit of a hate any word like journey or like self-discovery, but I'm like, it kind of came at a good-ish time, like not a good time obviously because it's not a good thing, but I don't mind being here focusing on myself. It's quite a good time for that.
I love it. And you look amazing. And you probably get asked about this all the time because you've lost, what is it, 3 stone in weight?
Yeah, about 3 stone, over the period of time that I've been losing weight.
See, this is the thing, because I thought you looked great before. Obviously, it's a self-confidence thing as well, because you've got to have that, haven't you? Especially if you're in the spotlight. I think you've got to feel good. And I think only you know how good it is for you. I
just think it's not about obviously the way that I look. I really enjoy the way that I look at the moment, and that's the first time I've ever felt like that in my life. But for me, it's about being stronger and fitter, and I know if I needed to, because I live just outside of Chester, but if I needed to, I could run the 10 miles to Chester, and I'd be there. It's about ability and feeling strong, really.
You put me to shame. I'm so rubbish.
The thing is, though, last year, if you'd have said to me, you'll be doing half marathons on your days where you're not doing stuff, I'd be like, okay. The guy you genuinely used to say I only ever run towards ice cream vans or away from police cars.
That's me. Woman after my own heart.
You never know if the bug might just get you.
I love it. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to get lots of tips from you, hopefully, in the next 20 minutes or so. I should say also we've got a live Q&A going on as well, if you're good for this. I love the fact that also before we went live, you said, can I swear? So I'm like, yes, the swearier the better.
Sure. Never sure. Sometimes you swear and someone's like...
Well, this might go out on my Gaydio show on Sunday, which is 1 o'clock, 1 till 4 on Gaydio.
Okay.
Of course, I'll edit those sweary bits out. Yeah, but I love it. Bring it on.
Because us in the gay community and people that listen to Gaydio have never heard any swear words before.
Oh, exactly. That's what I mean. Now, I've been sent new music, obviously, which I'll play on Gaydio. Are we allowed to talk about any of these tracks? I've been sent 3 tracks. Are they all new tracks?
We're sent 3 new wait, you can't. They can't be new tracks.
Perhaps they're not new ones.
The old album.
Are you able to talk about any of the new ones?
I could talk about some of the new ones. It depends. What are the names of the ones you've got? Do you know?
So, and this is where I'm going to just embarrass myself, because if these are regular old tracks of yours, I'm not going to know them.
They will be, but it's fine.
End of the world?
They're from the last album, so they're obscure album tracks.
I'm so bad.
Don't worry. That was released in May, so it's the album that was a year ago. And I've got a new album coming out. But I was going to say, you ain't got any of them because they're all demos.
Wow. I could say I could redeem myself a bit and say that my favourite track of yours is Modern Day Frankenstein, which came out a little bit before that.
Is, yeah. Obscure also. So, yeah, that was a redeeming statement.
Thank God. Okay, so we got questions coming in from everyone in chat who's live now as well. Hopefully we'll get some of those in a bit, so keep those coming, guys. Also, I should say that... something caught my eye on Twitter, because you said you had a dream about men in beards and you woke up feeling quite jealous that men could grow beards. Can we talk about that first?
When I woke up, I'm not sure what my dream was. Like, I know it was one of those really intense dreams where you wake up and you feel sort of a bit stressed, but above the stress, I woke up like so pissed off that I couldn't grow a beard. And I saw a picture of a guy with a beard on my Twitter in the morning, and I was like overwhelmingly pissed off that he could grow a beard. And then, you know, when you're like, right, I need to detach myself from the dream that I had now. And so I don't know what the
You
hell
should
went on.
Photoshop one on and see what it looks like. I reckon you'd look great with one on.
I did a TikTok of me with a beard, and it's horrendous.
I've seen
I just look like my dad.
I've seen a TikTok of you with your dog, which we'll also come on to hopefully, who is now 7, I think, Stephen?
Yeah, he's old.
Because this is my rescue dog.
Oh, what's his name?
He's Teddy. He's just turned a year old. And he's from Greece. We rescued him from Greece back in August.
Do you have to say Greek words to him? Do you have to say halloumi? Is that Greek? No, it's not even, is it? It's Cypriot. Wait, yeah.
Well, I couldn't say that because I'm a vegan. I couldn't say halloumi anyway, but...
That's
That's so funny you say that, because
intolerant.
I do think sometimes, should I be speaking in Greek? Because that's a really good point, because he obviously didn't grow up with English language.
If he's only a little baby, then it's different. But my friend had a dog. Where was it from? It was so ugly. It was like a Jack Russell pug, and it was like they rescued it. I can't remember where it was from.
No
but it
dogs
didn't
are
speak
ugly.
English.
I love that you're a dog person.
It was ugly cute. Like, no dogs are ugly, you're right. I call Steve ugly, but he's the most beautiful thing in the world. So
He's gorgeous. He is gorgeous. I saw some pictures of him as a puppy. I think you did a then and now comparison on Twitter, which is just divine.
I've shrunk and he's grown.
Let's get some of these questions in first before I ask you some. Ebony says, what's your favourite song on the new album? Are you able to talk about any of the new tracks?
Hello, Ebony. I said that like that because I know Ebony. She comes to a lot of shows. I literally love a lot of the songs on this new album. Loads of them are like super personal, but they're all very sort of mature, and some of them have some like attitude that I've never had on a record ever. My first single is it makes me feel really weird to say, but it's like a bit sexy. And it's about like meeting a girl in a club, and I don't want to sound all like Liam Payne about it, but it's just I feel excited about all of the tracks because they've just got a different attitude.
That's brilliant. And when's the new album due to be out? That's Georgie and Lydia.
October.
And that's despite the lockdown, because obviously it's affecting so many people in studios, isn't it now?
Because I release an album every 2 years normally, and we've worked really hard to get this album ready. And I don't see the point. It's music, so if it's good, it will be sort of like not timeless, but it doesn't matter when you release it because it's a constant. You want more people to hear it, so you may as well just release it.
How has all this affected you in lockdown? Is it changing a lot of plans? Because I know you were meant to be touring, weren't you, as well?
Yeah, apart from being quite obviously mental, it's just the touring side of things. Like, I was supposed to be in Australia now, but that's been postponed and reorganised for September. I don't know what October, November is going to hold because we have a tour booked. That's a bit of a secret, maybe, actually. You might have got a bit of an exclusive.
Hey, exclusive! I was hoping for one of those.
Booked, but who knows, like, what the deal's going to be then.
Now, I'm not sure whether you want to do this, although I have seen some of your other pictures where you look amazing, so you probably will do this live. But Ebony says, show us your abs.
Oh, what if the lighting's bad? Look, I don't even have to think about it.
There we go. That's not bad at all, is it? He says modestly. You must be quite proud of those.
Cameras, I am, because it takes like quite a lot of maintenance. I'll say that I ate a massive bowl of ice cream last night. Vegan ice cream, the Ben & Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie.
It's the best. It's the best one. It really is.
Some ice cream.
It's to die for. Are you finding that you're taking more pictures now that you feel like you've got a better body now? Are you Instagramming more? The kind of selfies, more selfies.
Do you know what is like kind of sad is that I'll post something about music or I'm doing this and doing that to do with my actual job, and I'll get X amount of thousand likes on it, and I post one picture of my torso and it will get like 6, 7, 8,000 likes on it. You can see the difference. It's I think people are It's kind of strange, really. Like, I think it's a bit of a fascination with how, changing something so drastically.
It's
So
a good
yeah, I take
result.
loads
They
of
are the
selfies.
Sprag abs, Natasha said.
Brag.
Hashtag it.
I'm gonna put trademark it.
Now, you signed up for the Brighton Marathon, which is, I think it's the same as in distance, isn't it, as the London Marathon,
Yeah,
26
all
miles.
marathons 20, yeah, 20, yeah.
So
20,
this is next April. This made me laugh, though, because I found out you need to do something like 16 weeks preparation. So you need to train for 16 weeks. But that makes it out to be the last week of December. I mean, who the hell is going to do that? Do you know what I mean? Over Christmas. I mean, you would, because obviously you're training for it.
Sick, yeah.
Over Christmas. That's just...
I would. I mean, I don't think I'll ever sort of return to what I was like before. I was so lazy. I was so lazy. But the marathon thing, I ran 11.1, so 2 miles short of a half marathon the other day, just to see if I could do it. And when I got about 2 miles, I thought I'm just 2 miles away from doing the half marathon. I was like, I'm going to stop now, just in case I injure myself. And I just feel like I can do it.
So how do you change that mental frame, that frame of mind? How do you change from being quite lazy to just being really into it? Is it because you get such a buzz from doing exercise? Is it an addiction almost?
Oh, it's 100% an addiction now. At first I was like, no, it's not, but it is. Like I was just saying to you, I was just working out before I came on here.
It's committed.
And yeah, I nearly fainted. I lifted some weights that were too heavy. I was like, better stop now. But I got sober, so I'm sober 10 months this month. And with that discipline came a discipline that I'd never experienced in anything. So it was like, I don't drink anymore, regardless. So then it started creeping into my eating too. It was like, no, you don't eat that because you don't need it. It's like, I don't need to drink. And then with the exercise, when I'm like, I don't want to, I'm like, but you're gonna. And that's what changed. I woke up after this big night, loads of drama. I'm obviously like in the middle of a divorce, and I woke up one morning and I was just like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Because that's the thing, isn't it? Because that's still really raw, because that was, November when...
Yeah, well, we broke up in July and we announced that in October, November. But yeah, it is. It's a massive thing.
So are you finding that the working out is helping with that, and also being sober too? Are you finding it's better for your frame of mind?
I think in general, like I've never been more fit, like mentally fit. And yeah, it helps with everything, because I'll start running and I'll be thinking about something, and instead of like hiding that and putting it away, I'll run. And I think about it and I'm like, how do I feel about that? And I'll get really angry sometimes. And then I'll be like, chill out. Like, you're running. I break stuff down. And I'm a bit of a ticking time bomb sometimes. So
Sure.
Running helps me sort of like chill out.
And it's inspiring, because you're kind of giving this to so many people. You're educating a lot of people who are going through similar things, and maybe they want to get into fitness, which is great.
It's not even about the fitness thing. I just want people to feel better. Like, I felt so shit for so long, and I needed to drink all the time, and I needed somebody else. I was codependent. Like, I needed something to prop me up all the time. And now I just feel like this is me.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And I suppose at this moment in time, being in lockdown, a lot of people wanting something to take the edge off. If they're not drinking, it's particularly hard for them. It's harder than before. It's such a weird time, isn't it?
It is. It is a weird time. But the thing that actually shines through is like the amount that people are communicating, and I love that.
Okay, here's another question from Ebony. What do you miss most about touring?
All the people. And playing live, obviously. Like, I love playing live. I love being on stage. I love the band. But it's when I get out the tour bus in the morning and there's people waiting from like 8 o'clock in the morning, getting off the bus and going, sitting and chatting with them, or kicking a football around. That's what I miss.
And Lily is asking about tour plans. I know that you've rescheduled, is it Australia dates next year?
Australia's rescheduled for September, but UK, US and Europe should be October, November.
And Natasha's also asking about the lead single from the new album. Did you just answer that just now? I'm not sure if that was the single.
Kind of. I don't think I've said that it's something you find in the garden. The first single.
Cryptic.
It's easy.
Are you baking at home? Because I know that a lot of people are doing banana bread. I did it the other night, and I put two times the amount of sugar in, which is really bad. And I realised when I was eating it, it was so disgusting.
Was it horrible?
It was horrible, and I didn't put baking powder in either, and it just went flat. It was almost like a banana omelette.
Oh, that's disgusting. I have been. But, I mean, it's mainly cooking, really. I've just been cooking a lot. I love cooking. I've never been a baker, so I didn't want to be like, okay, I'm going to bake. Because, like, you know, people love yoga and Pilates and baking. They think it's really, like, cathartic and, like, meditation. Yoga makes me want to punch someone in the face. I have no idea why.
You're doing it wrong.
I know. Like, I was stretching, the feeling of stretching. I'm like, oh, fuck off. I tried doing Pilates the other day. And baking is the same. I put it, like, I'll be just doing it, and it angers me. So, yeah.
See, I've tried yoga. I've been watching somebody on YouTube. I'm not going to mention her name because that could be embarrassing for her, because my boyfriend always says he wants to punch people when he's watching her teaching people how to do yoga. But I feel so good afterwards, but I need to get back on it, because at the moment it's needed.
Have you tried Pilates?
No, I haven't. It's different, very different, isn't it?
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
You're not selling it to me, Lucy.
No, and the woman that was doing it, she's just going at it, and she's like, "You're doing great, guys. You look beautiful." And I was like, "No, get off. Go outside."
Can we talk about your dog Stephen, who is 7? There's a great picture of you wearing a t-shirt with the slogan, "If I can't bring my dog, I'm not going," which again is so me, because I take my dog everywhere. Me and my other half, because we've got a rescue dog. Is he with you now?
He's not in it. He's usually behind me, but Stephen.
Now he thinks you're going to have a treat.
I think he's outside. I don't know.
Aw, we'll just have to check out your socials, because there are loads of pictures on. There he is. Oh,
that's a baby.
He's so cute. And there's a great TikTok video of you both diving into the water from the sofa, which I love.
I actually really damaged my knee doing that. Like, my knee still hurts, and it was about a month ago.
That's not good. So I've got some questions here which people have sent in already. Some more coming up on live. Everyone's going mad in live chat. It's brilliant. Sarah in Leeds, what advice would you give to people who are struggling with their sexuality and haven't come out? Because you came out quite young. Was it the age of 14?
Yeah, I came out to my family at 14. But I would say sometimes I feel guilty, because my experience was my family were just so, they were like, yeah, we know.
Well, I was just going to say, you must have the most amazing family then, to feel relaxed and able to do that.
My mum, like, I took my first steps in my mum's best friend's house. Kathy is trans. My mum's been taking us to Pride since we were babies, before Pride was, like, official and stuff. So secretly she wanted a gay child, so she got me. But, like, my advice to somebody is, like, all I can really offer is my, like, absolute, like, best wishes and support for somebody that's thinking about it, and just that, like, I just think everybody should be able to live as themselves and be proud of who you are. And quite honestly, if you come out to somebody who's disturbed by you being your happiest and best self, then they are not worth you, and that's just it.
Amen, sister.
Even if they're your family, they are not worth you. You can find people that are up to your worth.
Absolutely, that's a really valid point as well, and I think that's something that everybody should remember, because they're just not worth worrying about. And, like,
it's just ridiculous to be homophobic or racist or have any kind of ridiculous prejudice in this day and age. Like, shut up. Yeah. You're the minority.
And it always comes from a self-loathing as well. I think there's something 100%. Deep-rooted within yourself if you've got issues with somebody else for being happy. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, to anyone who asks that question, you're amazing. Yeah. And anyone that doesn't think you are is a dickhead. You're doing the right thing. Kay in Portsmouth, you toured with a massive gay icon, Melissa Etheridge. Was that last year?
Yeah.
How was that experience?
It was amazing. It was like, first of all, doing support was insane because I hadn't done that for a really long time. And she's just a great person to be around. She's a real role model, and she's a rock star. She's like an actual rock star.
A total pro. Great. She's been in it for years too. Is it like the 80s, 70s, 80s?
Yeah, she was like out in the 90s in America when it was just unheard of. She could have sunk her whole career. She's got her hands on the Hollywood floor and all that stuff.
Amazing. Charlotte in live chat, what's your favourite ice cream? I think we might have touched on that. Go on, go vegan.
Yeah, it is. It is vegan because I'm dairy intolerant. So
yeah, that makes it a little bit easier for you.
It's chocolate, I think. I always get chocolate. Yeah.
What's the book going to be about? Your book?
Oh, yeah. It's a book about me, which for some reason book agents want me to talk about me. I've got a few things that I've never really spoken about properly, and I want to take time to write about me in the right position, my words, and talk about stuff. And the book is centered around our sort of culture, our almost tear down culture of social media, and the effect it's had on my life, and the things I've never talked about because of being scared of what people say. So yeah.
Excellent. So when is that likely to be out? I suppose it's an ongoing thing, isn't it? Books can take ages to finish.
Probably going to take we've got a year in mind, so probably a year.
Brilliant. Poppy says we're going to be supporting you at the marathon next year.
Yeah, come down.
Throwing ice cream.
Yeah, throw food into my mouth while I'm running. I've got really good at eating chocolate bars while I'm running, so I just grab them. But all the support, the more the merrier in Brighton. That would be lovely.
Steve in London, what's your personal favourite song that you've released? I've told you mine, which I can't believe wasn't a hit. Why was that not a top 40 hit? It's insane. Monday Frankenstein.
I don't really have top 40 singles. I've only ever had like one or two singles that charted.
Is it your albums always chart? I was going to say, because they always do really well, don't they? Top 10 or top 20.
I feel like people are either album artists or single artists, and I'd rather sell albums. My favourite, I don't know.
It's like choosing your favourite child, isn't it? It's like you can't decide if you've got so many good ones.
It's always the newer ones too. So like this album will be my favourite until it's released, and then I'll be like, I don't want to hear that anymore.
See, when I first heard Monday Frankenstein, which still remains my favourite song of yours, I thought I can hear Robert Smith reworking this. Not just because it's got that goth title, but I can just hear his guitar in there, the chords and everything. It just sounds like a Cure song to me. It's amazing. It's kind of melancholy but uplifting at the same time.
Yeah, I do like that song. I'll say that's one of my faves.
Love it. The new album, you mentioned that you're recording in Scotland in the summer.
Yes.
Have you started already doing bits and pieces?
Well, it's under production now, which I'd usually be sitting behind him saying, I don't like that. But instead I'm not allowed, because we're not allowed in the same room.
Yeah.
So I'll be going up to Scotland to record the vocals. And yeah, it's on its way.
So exciting. And obviously you're probably inspired by stuff at the moment, because this crazy life that we're all living in lockdown, it must make you want to kind of reflect that. I haven't really written anything to do with lockdown as such. I wrote a song about running, which sounds so boring, but obviously it's like metaphorical. But it's more so to do with other aspects of my life that are really challenging at the moment, like going through a divorce. They're really fun. So just writing the things about, challenges and just trying to power through. This question leads quite nicely from that. Joseph E, is there a track on the new album that makes you cry? Miss you, in capital letters.
Miss you too, Joseph. There's not really like a sad song on this album, which is like weird for me, because normally it's like a bit morbid. There's not a song that will there's one that kind of makes me feel sad. I put it on my Instagram last night, and it's called choices, in brackets, don't be afraid. And it's about just not being afraid of being you. And it kind of makes me cry a little bit.
Excellent. Oh, I'm so looking forward to hearing all the new stuff. And I wish you all the best with everything, your fitness, your music, your book, your marathon. Christ, I don't know where else to go. There's so much stuff. It's like we could have this chat for hours. I'd be quite happy with that.
When lockdown's lifted, we'll have to go out on Canal Street, maybe after a day of Gaydio.
Let's do that. Amazing. Well, I'm actually based in London, but I'm happy to come up to Manchester because I know obviously that's where Gaydio is. But yeah, let's do either or both.
Let's do it.
I was going to say I'll do the marathon maybe one year, but yeah, I think I'm past it now. I'm a bit too old for that.
There's one thing saying you'll do it, and then the other one is when you sign up, you're like, oh dear.
What have I done?
Exactly.
It's so good to see you, Lucy. Thank you so much for spending the time.
Thank you, darling.
And I'll
Cheers,
see you soon.
I'll see you soon.
Thanks to everybody for watching. Sorry if I couldn't get to your question, but maybe we'll do a part 2. See you soon.
Bye.